Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck and Cooper, who's already being annoying. Anyway, I'm going to do my November 2023 book haul. This is going to be part 1 because I have too many books and I think the video would be way too long, and I actually can't set all the books close to me enough to do the video. So we're just going to do what we can. So I definitely bought way too many books in November. I didn't plan to buy that many books in November. It just kind of happened, and I did that in October as well. Although October I did better money-wise because a lot more was library book sale books. This time I still have a lot of used, but most of it's new. So this is going to be, the first part's going to be all the new books that came in, and then I will have another video in a couple of days or next week. I don't remember what I'm going to plan, but the point is there'll be another video for the used books that I got, because that's a whole nother thing. So, yeah, this is still going to be long because this is over 20 books. I don't know the exact number. I lost count. I bought too many things, and I'm hoping, if you guys saw it on Sunday, I posted that I am going to join the Read What You Own challenge. I know I'm late by a month because everybody already started it, but I didn't think about it then, and I was in the middle of NaNoWriMo, and so my brain I was like, that's what I'm going to focus on. And I'm glad I did, except the fact that I spent so much money in November that I've kind of put myself into this position that I have to curb things. So this is the last big book haul for at least a little bit. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, I did get my Kickstarter for Dangerous Tides. So this is one of the ones that I did, the one on Kickstarter. Katie Robert is one of the authors. They have like bind-ups of 2 stories. They'll have one on one side and one on the other ones. And again, these are all pirate romances. So I don't know. I'm not going to say a whole lot about this. It's just, they're really pretty. I got the paperbacks this time around. So these ones I've already paid for, like back in May. So I did that, and I did get a couple little goodies, but I got a bag to put, a book sleeve that has some pictures on it. So anyway, so those, I just wanted to show you. I did get my Kickstarter because I did do that because Katie Robert is somebody I follow and buy a lot of stuff. I did get books from her Patreon. I am on a tier where I get books sent to me. So I did get a copy of Hunt for Dark Waters, which is her new one. It's also another pirate one that's kind of connected to that one. But this is, and then To Kidnap a Princess is the same as one of those, one of the bind-ups in there. So I'm looking forward to reading these sometime soon. I don't know if I'm going to get to it in December, but I do want to point out I did get those, because again, you'll see one of those the second time. So I do have kind of multiple copies of Katie Robert. Unfortunately, I didn't mean to do that. So let's talk about the pre-orders that I had this month. So the first one I do want to point out is I did get the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition of Hunt on Dark Waters. I took a chance to find out what it is. They were talking about this one has annotations. And, when I first got it, I thought, okay, it's exactly the same thing as the other book. The annotations are in the back, and they just have it where you have to look up the page number, and then she'll have something said. So I thought it'd be like annotated in here. So it's a little different. It's not what I expected. So I probably will never buy another one special for that. But I'm still, again, looking forward to the pirates. I will read that. One of the pre-orders I did read is Bone Shops and Bone Dust by Travis Baldree. This is the prequel to Legends and Lattes. I really enjoyed Legends and Lattes and actually reread it before I read this one. And I really enjoyed this one as a prequel. There's a lot of things I think that kind of, it really connected well with the story later on. Because this is when Viv is younger and she has been injured. And so she has to, kind of deal with being put out of the game, but then she kind of meets people at the seaside town where she is left while she heals, and it brings a lot of stuff that will come later in life in Legends and Lattes. It was really well done. And then a couple pre-orders that I haven't read. Consort of Fire by Kit Rocha just came out this last week. This is their first book in a new series. Actually, I don't know what the series name is. Oh, Bound to Fire and Steel. So, Kit Rocha wrote the Beyond series and the Gideon Riders series and the Mercenary Librarian series. So I've read most of their stuff under this. They have there's a duo, writer duo. So I've really liked most of the stuff I've read by them. So this is the new one, and this one has to, I'm pretty sure there's dragons. They're out to get dragons, but it's sexy times too as well. So I know it's somebody who has to go, and her handmaid goes with her, and it's a handmaid assassin. It just sounds fun. So I think it might be a triangle. I'm not quite sure on the whole love thing, but it'll be fun romance. So I'm hoping to get to the fantasy romance at some point. I also got the next in the Honey Badger Chronicles, Born to be Badger. This is book number 5, I believe. So yeah, so these are just, Shelley Lawrenson is one of my favorite authors because she just makes me laugh. I laugh so much at her books. This one and the G.A. Aiken books, that's her other name that she writes under. I just laugh so much at these. So I'm looking forward to getting this. I really want to reread the book before this because the first 3 kind of go together, and then I think this one, the one before this, and then this one, and then I think maybe one more are friends of one of the main characters in the first 3 books. So I might reread the second book, but sorry, this is a paranormal romance, takes place kind of New York City, and they're shifters who live in this kind of area, but there's always somebody out to get them, and there's always action, and they're crazy, and they're hilarious. I just love those books. And then the last pre-order I had is Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. I have started this, but I put it down because I went into a reading slump. It was not the book's fault. It was me and my writing and other stuff that was going on. So I hope to get back to this very soon. This is book 2 in the, how do you say it, is the Empyrean? I don't know how you say that word, series, following, Fourth Wing. So I read just enough to find out from the end of Fourth Wing into this, and then, I put it down. So we'll get back to that though here very soon. So those are all my pre-orders. And then I have a lot of books that I just kind of picked up on whim, which is probably was my biggest problem in November. I had a tendency to pick up stuff just because, one that dropped in price at one point, and I've been meaning to get this because I have the same thing, the same version of Jane Austen's letters, is the illustrated letters of the Brontes, the letters, diaries, and writings of Charlotte, Emily, and Anne Bronte. And these are put together by Juliet Gardner. And I have the Jane Austen one, which I have not read all the way through. I've just kind of peeked at. So I'm hoping this next year I will get through both of these. Again, it has really pretty pictures and stuff in it, and talks about the Brontes. And again, I want to read a biography on them next year that I didn't get to this year. And I'd like to read this as well. So that was kind of a whim buy. It's been on my wish list for like a year or two, but I just hadn't got around to it. Another kind of classic is The Common Reader by Virginia Woolf. As you guys know, I've been reading a lot of Virginia Woolf stuff. And this is one of the books I didn't own that I wanted to, and it dropped in price. It was on sale too. And it's her writing about her reading and stuff, and how a common reader would look at certain things. And so I'm kind of curious because, again, I read everything about it, other people talking about it, but I haven't read these essays. So I'm not a huge essay fan, but I did want to read some of Virginia Woolf's essays because she was very famous for those. And I've never read anything except for A Room in One's Own, which I'd like to reread because I haven't read it since college. Anyway, so, but I picked up Virginia Woolf, which is not a surprise considering how much Virginia Woolf happened this month. And then I picked up a dystopian classic, Callocane by Karen Boy. I think this is translated, I can't remember if it was, it's translated by David McDuff. I can't remember if she's Finnish or Swedish. Okay, so this one I did not know about. I tried to read all the classic dystopians a couple of years ago, like 1984, We, Brave New World, and I read quite a few of them, and I didn't know anything about this until this year. I saw it, I don't know if I saw it online or somebody mentioned it, And then I had it on my wish list, or I had it on my library wish or holds for like 5 months, and I was like number 2, and the book never showed up. I was always number 2, like it never changed, except at one point it changed to 1, but there was still no book. It still said on order. So I just gave up, and when Pals was having a sale in the month, I just bought it. It's new, but I just got a copy through them just because it was, because I just want to read it. Because again, I tried to read all these. This is the only one that I have that was in that dystopian time frame that was, yeah, because this is written in between Brave New World and 1984. So I'm not sure what its original, 1940. So, anyway, and I wanted to read, and it's the only one by a woman, and so I kind of want to see how that goes. And I'm just, I don't know anything except it was a dystopian, and instead I tried to read all the classic dystopians to kind of round out that education of mine. So I did buy that to read that. And then I picked up a mystery, and I shouldn't have done it because I still have like 3 of the other ones. One I'm in the middle of, and 2 that I need to get to. And this is the Devil's Flute Murders, which is another mystery of the Detective Kendaichi series. It is translated from the Japanese by, this one's done by Jim Ryan. So this one, I think came out in the, 73. So, at least it looks like, no, actually, you know what? I think these ones are older than that. They have weird, publication dates on these. I'll have to look up what date is. But it's the same author as the Hunjin Murders, and, which I really enjoyed earlier this year. And again, I'm trying to read the second one, Death on, Gokumon Island, hopefully this next month. Or in December, because I'd started it and I didn't finish it. So anyway, this is another one of those. I just bought it because the price dropped so drastically, and now I have all the ones that have come out so far in this. So I need to get to these mysteries, because I don't even know what this mystery is about. It doesn't matter. I'm going to read it because I'm determined to get to that series. A book that I got for free, but it's a new book, is Explosive Trail by Terry Reid. So this is a love-inspired suspense from Harlequin. I went to NaNoWriMo, like a writing workshop kind of thing, which is just someone was talking about romance writing, and Terry Reid was the author who gave the thing. I really liked her, and I would definitely read some of her books. I'm really looking for. I was hoping to pick this up during November to read it, but I didn't get to. This is actually a Pacific Northwest K9 unit series where I think 8 different authors write one book, but they're all like, there's an overarching story, but this one's just one section of it, and it's this love story. The only problem is that, again, this is the only book that she brought to hand out because it was her newest book. I think it came out in June. But it's a second chance romance, and you know, I don't really like them. It's really hard for me, but I'm still going to read it because I got it for free. She was really nice. I'd like to see if there's other books I want to read the rest of this series, or find the other K9 unit ones, because I want that. And it takes place, I think, in Washington. Anyway, but anyway, that was a free book, but it's still new into my house. Then I picked up Mimi in Las Villas by Kelly Reynolds. And this is like again a little novella romance story. I think it has to do with Christmas in California. And I just picked it up. I saw it on Steph at Novelty Corner. She was talking about this one, and I think the second book in the series, but I just got the first one to try, and it wasn't too expensive. And again, I've been getting into contemporary romances, so I'm trying to find my niches, and I thought that this one just looked cute. I don't remember now what the story is about, except that I bought it. Sorry. I picked up another witchy kind of rom-com romance. So this one, I think this is the one where, yeah, so this is the one where these witches live somewhere, and they get their landlord is, someone else is now the landlord, and he finds out that they haven't paid rent since the 1700s. So that's about all I know about that. And then they're trying to keep the family secret, but it's called Hex Appeal. And again, I just love the witchy rom-coms that I've read this year. I need to, there's quite a few I still bought that I haven't read yet, but I picked up another one from a different author, Kate Johnson. So hopefully I'll get to that at some point. And then a book I picked up on a whim completely was King of Wrath by Anna Huang. I'm trying to see if I like mafia. I think this is mafia romance, or well, maybe it's billionaire romance. I don't know. I'm so confused. I've looked at too many books. So I think this guy, they have to, they're kind of forced to marry, but I think that there's something else going on. I hear really good things about this series. I wish I'd known I was going to pick up Kindle Unlimited because I could have just read it from there. But again, it was pretty cheap the day I bought it. And actually, this is one where they sent me a really damaged copy and I had to send it back and get it. And then they sent me another copy. So anyway. But again, there's another contemporary. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I have to be in the right mood. But and then I have a couple. I have some fantasy. I did buy Edge Dancer and Dawn Chart by Brandon Sanderson because I'm hoping to read Stormlight Archive in the next year. We'll see how this goes. But I decided to go ahead and get these little hardbacks for the 2 novellas. And I didn't own them individually or physically or whatever. So I got them because again, they dropped in price. And so I just bought them. Maybe not the best buy, but at the time it was fine. I got The Hexologist by Josiah Bancroft. This one I'm taking a chance on because I did not like Senilin Ascends. But I think that was written in a different way that I think this will be different because this is like a historical fantasy where a husband-wife team try to take care of hexes and things like that, I think. I'm not sure. Beyond that, I just heard good things so far, and it's really a pretty cover. I just, I thought I'd give him another chance on that series because it sounded interesting. And then I picked up Into the Broken Lands by Tanya Hoff. I love her standalone fantasies that I've read in the past, like The Silvered, and a couple other series that I've read. But this one, I think is a standalone. At least everything online looks like it's a standalone. I guess we'll find out. And this one has to do with a family who is trying to save some other people, and they have to enter. I think they have to go somewhere they're not there to change things. I don't know. It's a fantasy. To save their people, the heirs of Marson has to have no choice but to enter, trusting their lives and the lives of everyone they protect to someone who shouldn't exist, who couldn't be controlled, and who will challenge everything they believe about themselves. I don't know. I just wanted to read it because it's Tanya Hoff. So hopefully I'll get to that here soon because I think it's a standalone. And then on a whim, I bought Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. I have never finished anything by Cassandra Clare. I tried to read The Mortal Instruments, City of Bones, when it came out. That was a really long time ago, but everybody was talking about it, and I read a lot of vampire novels at that time. Yes, Cooper. We're almost done. Baby. But I've been hearing really good things about her adult, debut. I just didn't like City of Bones because it was young adult, and I was not a young adult at the time, so to me it didn't work for me for what I wanted for a vampire novel and stuff. So anyway, I never finished that book because I did try, but I don't know. I've been hearing so much about this one because it has to do with I think a man who grows up. He is considered the sword catcher, or he looks like the prince, so he pretends he is the prince at certain instances in order to protect the actual prince, because then he'll be the one people are targeting. And I don't know anything beyond that. And I know there's a female character, but I don't know how that connects and everything. I've just heard of the people who have read this, who like Cassandra Clare, have liked it. But I'm not sure. And again, it was one of those things where it dropped in price one day and I just bought it on a whim. And again, that's my thing for this whole month, was I bought a lot of things on a whim. And then the last books I'm going to show you here for all the new books I got are books that I've read before. So one of them, I was debating if I wanted to do this because I bought a UK copy on eBay earlier this year, but it's my it's pretty much my favorite book of this year. And I was like, do I really want to keep the UK copy, which doesn't really match the rest of the books that will be coming out here in the US? And I decided I will get rid of that, and I bought a new copy of Wolfsong by TJ Klune. So I got the Barnes & Noble one. It was on sale after Thanksgiving, 50% off. So I just got it because it was just, because I just said, it is pretty much my favorite book of the year so far. I don't think that's going to change. Point is, I just decided to keep, it's because my Raven song is the same, and, you know, I'm pretty sure the other two books will be the same size. So I got rid of the other one, and this one has really pretty end pages. And so the other one didn't, and it has the pretty wolf on it. I just got it. I didn't need to, but I did. Anyway, so totally recommend that series, that urban fantasy series. I just love that series. And then I think I read these last year, was House of Shadows and House of Secrets by Darcy Coates. So I have decided that I do want to start collecting Darcy Coates. I've read quite a few of them, and I own quite a bit. But these were a couple that I got all from the library that I'm going to show here. I just again, I even bought a couple that are used, but these ones I all got new, but they were because of the pricing over the holidays, and I just bought them. So these ones are historical horror, where a young woman, someone comes and offers to marry her to help pay off her father's debts, because they had a tragedy happened with I think their shipping line or something. And so he pretty much buys her as his wife so that, so the family will be fine. Her family will be fine, but he's taking her into the wilderness to this house, and everything goes wrong after that. So the first book is pretty much about that. And then the second one is kind of an aftermath. I liked the first book a lot. And the second book, there were things about it I liked, but not as much as the first, but I still wanted the whole duology, because I do feel like I will reread this at some point, because it was weird. And I liked it for its historical, horror. And then I forgot one more book. Oh, darn it. Okay, well, we'll come back to the very last book that I forgot. I had it in between some books. So these are the other Darcy Coates books that I got, which is the Gravekeeper series, which I really enjoyed. It's actually, it wasn't the first book I read by Darcy Coates, but it was like the second or so. And that was The Whispering Dead. And, again, I think I started this last year or the year before. I don't remember, but I really enjoyed this. This is following Kira, who wakes up in this small little town and doesn't remember anything about what happened. She just knows people are after her, and so she hides, and a local I don't know if he's a curate or pastor or whatever, he hides her from these people who are looking for her, and then he helps her kind of stay hidden, and then she takes a job at the graveyard that he lives next to as a groundskeeper. And then she discovers that somehow she has some psychic abilities. She is able to see the dead, and that kind of takes the story. So she has this amnesia thing, and then she's also meeting some locals, which are really nice, or really a fun found family kind of thing. So The Whispering Dead is the first one. Then The Ravenous Dead, and then the Twisted Dead. So the fourth book, The Hollow Dead, is coming out next year. So yes, I will be getting that one as well. And then the very last book, which I accidentally did not put in the right spot, but it's a book that was technically the last book I bought physically, that I paid money for. Everything else that it came in like in the last couple days of the month, I had already ordered and paid for. So this is the very last book that I was in a bookshop and I bought, is Mountains Made of Glass by Scarlett St. Clair. So this is a fantasy romance, and it's a fairy tale retelling. And I know it has to do with I bought this at Powell's when I went in to pick up a book I had already paid for. And, sorry. And so I just picked this up. I shouldn't have bought it, but I did, because I knew I was coming up to the decision of stop buying books, and I just bought it. Anyway, so I know it's a fairy tale-ish thing. I know, I don't remember. I think she has to kill something because something's going wrong in the well or something. I think that's what it was. And then it turns out it was an elven king or no, that's not right. An elven prince or something. And then the brothers of that prince say that then she has to make up for that and do something. And I'm not even sure, something to do with a beast. So it's like a lot of different fairy tales all kind of meshed together. So I'm not sure, but I took a chance. It had just come out. Like I got it Tuesday. I think the day came out because I was at Pal's. And that is the last physical book that I bought. And hopefully it'll be the last one for quite a while. So those are all the books that are new books that I brought into my house. Some of them I have read before. They're just for collection purposes, but I still bought them and I didn't need to buy them. Does that make sense? I didn't have to do that, but I did. And then a lot of books that I am excited to try and to get into. So if there's anything in here that you say I really should try to get to, let me know. Again, most of these are going to go onto my shelves. And then, as I said, I'm going to try to do the Read Your Own challenge, which is kind of scary to me because I am one of those people who I want to buy all the time. I just have overbought, and I know it from my bank account statements that I have overdone it. So I need to curb, and I want to save money for a trip I want to take next year, which I haven't decided where, but I want to go somewhere next year and I want to actually travel. So I need money. So I need to stop spending it all on books, as much as books bring me joy in that moment. And when I get it and when I look around and go, oh, all these books, I just need to curb it for a little bit. So anyway, let me know if there's any of these books that you think I should definitely try to read sooner rather than later. And let me know how your book buying went in November. Maybe make me feel not so bad. Or let me know if you were able to curb and you did really good. Anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.